In this tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some ideas and benefits on how to start an AI agency. And my experience actually began in 2001. I'm going to share some real experience with you today as far as the impact of having automation before iPhones did for my business. And then for you, what's in it for you is to give you some solid ideas and strategies on how to start an AI agency and give you some demonstrations of where the AI is inside the platform. And also going to just share with you quickly my timeline, but also give you some really cool tips on helping you to decide what type of agency you want to be. Do you want to start consulting? Do you want to become an affiliate? Or how about this? Maybe you want to do all of it, right? So I'm Ann Marie Walts. Kindly hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions whatsoever about this content within this tutorial, just drop the questions below. And be sure as we go along, you are welcome to pause the video if I get into like a how-to tutorial step within this and you want to go step by step, then just pause the video and then just turn it back on. And also be sure to grab yourself a free trial. It's in the description below. And welcome. And thank you for your time. So who am I? If you have not been following me yet, I can tell you that I am ultra creative, and back in 2001, I bridged the gap between technology and artistry of the hair industry of all things. So what can automation do for you? Well, I certainly hope that AI and automation can do the same for you as it has done within my business, because I actually had, like I said, implemented online booking before iPhones. Fast forward to like 2013, I had QR codes on my car back then. So that was my hair extension car at the time. And with the tools I'm going to show you, you can actually call my businesses now and AI answers the phone. And then ultimately what happens is that when you install and implement using AI and automation, and say you're not at work, you don't miss any opportunity to help a customer. And this is a real example. And my monetary screenshots are my results. So for the sake of transparency and FTC, there's no guarantees you're going to have the same results as I do, but you will have results based on your own effort. So in this example, I was not in the salon, but a lead came through my website. The AI responded. It was able to help answer a couple questions. It alerted me that this client needed some assistance, and subsequently they wound up spending, on average, as you can see, every 6 weeks they were spending thousands of dollars. And isn't that fun when you can have somebody like me be able to show me the money? All right. So we're going to return back to this diagram throughout this tutorial. And again, if you have any questions, just drop the comments and your questions below. So before we go on the inside, what I'm going to do now is just show you that I already have built an agency. I already have been able to do consulting with AI, and I also am an affiliate. So here's my affiliate screenshot. And just to cut to the chase, my white label that I use happens to be HighLevel. So when it comes to white labeling, what that means is that you can build a brand. And actually, I'm going to do this right now, because in this diagram right here, here's a new brand that I built, which if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, that's the brand I built. So for visual sake, to bring this to life, to explain to you, like white label, I'll move this over. My white label of thinkyourwaytoamillion.com, as well as Ann Marie Walts official, sits on top of HighLevel's all-in-one platform and their software. So what's phenomenal, can you hear my enthusiasm, is that what is behind HighLevel are a community of people, developers. Can you say developers, developers, developers? And it's based with a ton of education. So let's fast forward really quickly now. So I'm going to refer back to this diagram. So this happens to be one of my websites. The reason why I'm showing this to you is that I use HighLevel right here. So this here, the chat widget, is actually a service that you could offer to somebody. You could actually build an agency on just offering this AI-powered chat widget. Then if we go on the back side of my live website, they also have resellable WordPress. So you can literally wind up reselling hosting software, which is great. And then there is a bridge application app, which then can bring in all of the power of AI into your WordPress. So there's chat widgets, manage funnels, manage email, manage forms. And so the integration is just really, really convenient, very, very powerful. And one thing I can tell you is that you don't need the tech skills. And you're going to find out why you don't need hardcore tech skills once we get into one of the actual live demo accounts. Then moving forward, this happens to be one of the HighLevel funnel templates that's been customized. This is live. This happens to be my husband's garage. So there are pieces and parts of HighLevel that we use for the garage. One is the website template. Again, is the right here would be the chat widget. And then contact us right here would be the forms. And the forms that HighLevel have are extremely powerful as well. And then next, here happens to be one of my white label agencies. So again, what you can do is you can then customize, again, what services that you want to be able to offer. So one example that I have here would be the automotive AI employee, and I'll show you that in the background. The reason why I'm showing you these websites isn't to plug myself, it's to give you a live example of what can be done with HighLevel. The other thing, and I'm going to go back to my diagram right now, when it comes to, hold on, sorry about that. When it comes to HighLevel, the thing that you can also do if you want to is you can become certified. And so they have a whole certification process, which then brings you into a community. HighLevel has plenty of businesses that are actually looking for certified admins. And so then what happens is you are then listed on the HighLevel directory. There are other certifications that you can take, and you can be listed for it's kind of similar to a LinkedIn directory, but this is specific to HighLevel. And then once you become certified, then you can create your own profile, and then you can decide which way you want to offer your services. If you happen to be somebody that really likes building automations, likes being support, likes geeking out. So that is one avenue. And then as I previously showed you my husband's website right here, the one thing that we wound up doing was we wound up using the reputation management. And he's done extremely well with that. So that in itself is a real live example of a service that you could be able to start your AI agency with. And the AI that's powered with the reputation management for asking for reviews, for responding to reviews is really incredible. And so, like, I know firsthand how well it works because we're using it. This brings us to a part of the inside of a live demo. So let me just switch windows so that we keep this going in an orderly fashion. Okay. So, and I'm going to bring you to the top level admin agency account, because when you do start your free trial, you're going to actually get to see everything that's in here. You're also going to get a 5-day, you're going to get a 5-day orientation, and you can get that by signing up with my trial. So definitely hit me up for the trial below if you have any questions. You're going to definitely want to be able to benefit from the 5-day orientation. And the point of the orientation is to help you actually do a setup, and also how to find your first paying customer, so that this way, if you go past the trial and you sign up for a subscription, you're already rocking, rolling, and then you're already doing this. You're already like making the money, because isn't that what it's about? So when it comes to what you can do with software now, and then setting up, and I'm gonna go back to this before we do jump into what's under the hood, because this will help you have it make more sense. Okay. So if you are wanting to start an AI agency, but you're like, I'm not sure where I should start. Well, when we go inside, I'm going to show you that the beauty about the systems as they are, they're called snapshots. They're already pre-built systems. So, because when I first started with high level and using this all in one platform, I'm like, a snapshot? What's a snapshot? I don't get it. And so what I literally did was I took the time to download almost every single one of these into my agency account to be able to see what was inside. And this is the best way that I can explain it. Have you ever gone, and it's kind of a metaphorical explanation, just so that you know, because I happen to be a creative. Okay. Have you ever gone to McDonald's and you got a Happy Meal, right? And what's inside the box? Everything that you need. So if you look at these snapshots as pre-built systems, what you're going to find is that there's everything that you need to be able to service the niche that you might want to take care of. For example, say you wanted to help barbershops, okay? Then everything that a barbershop would need to be able to market their business will be inside. Or maybe you want to help an automotive industry, whether it be auto painting or auto detailers or mechanic, right? So, and I tend to go towards those because, well, that's what my husband does. And then the other thing is that, how about this? I've been doing automation, like I had referenced, since 2001. Let's be real. Okay. If I came out of the box right here, and let me tell you, my marketing's out of the box, and I told you, hey, I'm a hairdresser and I can help you with AI, you're probably going to be like, yeah, right. But the fact of the matter is I've been behind my keyboard and I can literally help you engineer content. And I know this system inside out and backwards because I'm certified by the company. So, anyhow, so when it comes to snapshots and when it comes to being able to use this system, what I simply want to get across to you is that you do not need tech skills, because when you plug one of these pre-made built systems in, everything that you need is already inside there. So it's like literally plug and play, right? And then when it comes to what is the reason why you would want to build an AI agency? Well, if you're wanting to start a business, more than likely it's because you want your independence and you want to make money and you're passionate about helping other people. So then when it comes to why now software as a system or software as a service, which is called SaaS, and then maybe it should actually be called software. Actually, you know what? Let's see. I got another one that I just thought of. Software with a system is is exactly what you get. Right? And then let me move this up. When you use HighLevel. And it truly is, because in my case, here often, and I did another overview that's an hour and a half long. You can check that one out. I did that one about 10 months ago. And even since then, there has been so much upgrades, enhancements that AI with the HighLevel just builds ferociously. It's undescribable. So the best thing that I can highly recommend is that I'm I'm a few years up the road from where you are watching this video right now. So just do yourself a favor and grab the trial so that you can have your own hands-on experience, because there's nothing that beats being able to test drive something, really, like test drive it like you would a car to see that it's the right fit. But I can 100% tell you that there isn't a way that you will not wind up making money with HighLevel unless you're just not breathing. So when it comes to SaaS, if you've heard the word SaaS, it means software as a service, and that's what I had replaced. And then let me just correct that. Okay. And then there's also software with a service. And then let me back up a minute. Software as a service, right? And then let's see if I can copy and clone this. Okay, it won't let me copy and clone it, so I'll just write it. So software as a service means that you are able to set them up, one of the niches, so one of the professions that you choose, and you don't have to just stick to one. But if you set up a system that is a clonable system, you can clone the system. So this way, say you do have a garage and for your business model, then you're able to literally clone the system for the next garage that you might find. So then it really becomes a repeatable service. And then you can set it up on automatic. So then if they buy your service, then what winds up happening for you is it becomes a subscription based income. And when it comes to support, if you wind up going the agency route, just know that the support will who's going to support you, your clients will be you. You'll have to support your clients, okay? But then for you as the agency, okay, if you are the agency, when you are the agency and the client of HighLevel, then HighLevel supports you. Okay? So then HighLevel supports you. And you get support 24/7. Okay? And then, so they support you, and then you support your clients. So then I'll put that here. And if the thought of, move this over here, if the thought of support overwhelms you some, that can be taken care of, because within the HighLevel community, there's third-party support companies that then can offer support to your clients 365 days a year. All right. Okay. So that explains that some. Now let's go inside an admin account, and you're inside my white label. So now that we explained that, so mine sits on top of HighLevel. All right. And then let me go to the settings. So when you're inside the settings, you can see you would set up your profile, you'd set up your company details, you would set up your team. And then when it comes to setting up your team, you can set up what limitations that you want them. You can set up the restrictions, or the access is the right word, the level of access that you want them to be able to have. Then here you would go to your billing. I'm not going to show that because I don't want to show you my billing. Then there's the phone integration. And here's something that needs to be mentioned. This all-in-one platform has a built-in phone system. It has built-in email marketing. And once we get to the marketing tab on the inside of the demo, I'm going to give you a really fast overview of what it has. But it actually has a built-in phone system. So when I say it has absolutely everything you need, it really has everything you need. It has email services, it has system emails, the workflows are amazing. That's the automation framework. And again, you don't need tech skills. I'm going to show you some of the pre-made automations. And then if you happen to be tech savvy, you can customize on top of what's already here. AI employee is amazing. It's amazing. You can have a full-blown conversation with an AI receptionist if you set it up that way. And then again, if you do not need tech skills, you can just toggle on the basic. And the basic, let me tell you, there's nothing really basic about the basic. It is stellar. Then there's the different type of workflows. You can have the abilities as an agency to toggle them on or off as far as what you want with inside your account. You also, are you ready? You can purchase domains inside this platform. There's private integrations. And then another section which I love is the affiliate. So and I'll show you that, you can become an affiliate of HighLevel, even as an agency owner. Because remember, I'm an agency owner, I'm a consultant, and I happen to be a HighLevel affiliate. So if, in fact, you do click on the link to take advantage of the trial, I really want you to try it because this platform is phenomenal. And also, if you do click on the link, I'll let you know that I do get a reward if you go and you wind up purchasing a subscription for yourself, but there's no cost to you as far as the affiliate commission. Then there's custom menu links. So if you want to be able to stylize, well, not stylize, but if you want to be able to add some additional nav items, you can. The platform integrates with multiple vendors as far as for your payments, for being able to set up your SaaS, and for if you have services on your calendar that you charge for, you can take payment. There's API keys. Here's stuff about compliance. If you are in the medical industry and you need to add HIPAA, you can do that. Or if you're going to be servicing the medical field that requires HIPAA, you can add that to your package. Just do know that, like, once you add a HIPAA to your agency, it can't be removed. All right. So be sure that you have enough clients in that space that it serves the need for what you need, so that you're not wanting to, like, have it removed and then nobody told you couldn't have it removed. I'm telling you right now, once you buy it, you own it, and it's at a monthly subscription. Then there's labs. What are labs? Labs for the creatives like myself are the beta launches. So if you like being able to have access to the upcoming new stuff, and you may have an extra account where you want to test stuff out, this is where you would go and you would turn the stuff on. So in this case, I'm going to turn this on because I happen to be involved in a lot of the beta testing in itself. And in fact, when it comes to my salon, actually we'll go here to my salon again. I can share with you that I've been an integral part of the feedback that I have provided it's actually been implemented within HighLevel. And that's just another kudos to the company, because if you want to have a platform that takes your ideas seriously, then this is the place that you need to be. And so here's an ongoing, the latest updates, enhancements, improvements. This is always changing. There's a whole log. We can go there at another time. And so let's keep going. All right. So this back here is the general setup of what it would look like for your top level admin account. Now we're going to go back one. And then what's inside is this. You have your agency, say agency dashboard, and then there is what's called the SaaS configurator. So when I go back here, all right, and I said that like you can clone a system, the other thing you can do is this. I'm going to say create your own system. And how can you create your own system? And then the other thing is that you can be able to charge what you want. Okay? And charge, whoops, spell that right. Charge your own subscription pricing. You can charge your own subscription pricing. Now, there's talk as far as like, well, what do you do if people find out it's high level? Well, you know what? There's a few things you can do. You could be transparent about it, and then you can build your own customizations on it. I'm going to bring it to here, like to say my salon website, right? Does anybody really care that I build it on top of WordPress, right? If you've been around for a while, you know anything about websites. Do customers care whether it's built on WordPress? No, customers don't care. Now, the beauty about the fact that I built it on WordPress through HighLevel then brings us back to here where you can create your own system, because I've created my own system. My salon website is built on HighLevel WordPress, and then it's integrated with the app that bridges the gap for the internal automations that HighLevel has. So I get to use all of HighLevel for my, how about this? If I was on camera right now, I would be doing air quotes for my hair salon. But as a power user of HighLevel, if we go to Ann Marie Walts official, this too is also set up on WordPress with information about ideas like I'm sharing now. Okay. And then you can take a test drive by hitting here, or think of this as an agency owner right now. You could then, if you want to share, do you need WordPress hosting? Because there is hosting, WordPress hosting is available for you to resell as an agency owner. Well then, boom, there's your business. And then you can go full circle, because then if you go here, you can link that back to HighLevel as an affiliate, and I'll get into that a little bit more through this walkthrough. So now, one of the most powerful and most creative solutions that you'll find in the all-in-one platform is called the SaaS configurator. I'm going to walk through right now a test setup just to show you how flexible that this tool is, this solution, because when I previously mentioned to you about subscription based pricing, you can really become extremely creative with what type of agency you want to be. So in this case, I'm going to just, for the plan called Test Agency Demo Plan, right? And then for description, this description will only not be visible to your clients. This is just for your purpose, your own use, right? Okay, so then we're going to hit next. Then I can create categories for your plans. So since this is actually a real account of mine, you can see that I have a plan that's for voice, AI voice and reputation. I made one for automotive, plumbers, and then there's one for reputation management. Now, once you see how many solution-based features there are within the platform, and then once we get to down here where it says features and snapshots, you'll get an idea of what it is that you can do with this. So right now we're just going to add it to the test category that I made. Okay, we're going to hit next, and then now you get to set up your pricing. So do you want it to be $197 a month, and then with an annual plan you could pass off a savings and then charge them only for 10 months. The other thing you can do is you can limit the amount of maximum users that are allowed inside the account. And then when it comes to, say, marketing, you can also email marketing. You can also limit the contact limit, or in fact for the whole account. So say you want to be able to offer a smaller offering, you can have it be as little as 50, or if you leave it untoggled, it's unlimited. So, and then if you have a large corporation, you might want to consider what the usage might be for that type of scenario. So then next, here is the fun stuff. When inside HighLevel, these are all the different features that are in here. I'll just go through them real quick right here, and then I'm going to jump to showing you what some of the other things are, say, within the social planner and the email marketing. And remember, if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below, and be sure to click on the link to grab your own free trial. Okay, so there's two-way texting, there's web chat, Facebook Messenger, missed call text back, there's a Launchpad, there's a Google My Business, new features. Even while I'm making this video, they just launched some enhancements. Reputation management, Google all tracking, text to pay. You can actually, and that's what I do with my business, and in particular, especially for my salon, is if a client hasn't prepaid, which most of them do, and this platform has invoicing as well, then I send them a link at the end of their appointment. I text to them and they can pay for their service right there. There's a social planner, there's invoicing. Oh, there's also the ability to have a complete CRM, email marketing, surveys, two-way texting, there's email templates. And let me tell you, the social media templates are amazing. There's websites, memberships, triggers. So if you like to get fancy with your tech, you can do that. There's blogs, proposals, estimates, certificates, quizzes. And on this side, there's a full integrated calendar, opportunities. So if you want to keep track of your potential leads and customers, you can do that because you can put them also on a pipeline. There's forms, funnels, workflows, reporting, campaigns. There's an affiliate manager. I had mentioned that previously. Like if you have your own, say, product, digital product, and then you want to create your own affiliate army to promote your stuff. You can do that on your own with inside your own ecosystem. And that is separate from the affiliate program that HighLevel has in itself. There's communities, so you can build your own communities, which is really great versus having it on some of the social media platforms where you don't have complete control. And then there's a bigger community called GoHighLevel, where you can be part of a much bigger ecosystem. And then there's QR codes. And like I had mentioned and had shown you, here's a use case of the QR codes. Like this QR code actually links to one of the my high level stuff or my white label. So either. And then I used to have QR codes for my website 13 years ago. So that's an example of like how you can also use QR codes. All right. So then once we're on this step, you also have the ability too, where it says to attach a snapshot. So if you remember from previously when I was here and I was showing you like the different professions, I also had explained earlier in this video that those are the account snapshots, and then the snapshots right here, all right, are the different pre-made systems that have all the automations that are in them. So for example, here's some imported snapshots that I have. So I'm just going to import one just so that you can see what it looks like. Because right now what we're doing is we are customizing what your plan could look like. So let's pick, let's see. We'll pick this mortgage snapshot. So we're going to attach that right now. So then what happens is with this particular plan, let's say, for example, we'll go over here for visuals. You were looking to go after, like, say, the real estate market. So this would be a marketing plan system that you could sell over and over and over again, because remember, the thing that I had mentioned before was about you can create your own system, but the other important thing was to clone the system, right? So clone the system. So once you make this plan or system, you don't have to make it again. So now what you need to decide is, are you going to have a tiered plan like good, better, best, similar to what the car washes do. And then what you need to do is you need to, and I'm unselecting these, you need to decide, say, for this mortgage system, what do you want to offer to real estate agents? Maybe they need to have two-way texting. Sounds good, right? Then maybe they possibly need a booking calendar. Maybe they need a CRM. And so it could be as little as those few things, or, maybe they just need two-way texting. But in this case, let's just go back to the fact that they need two-way texting. They might need a booking calendar. And let's see, you want to make their life easy, so let's give them some text message and email templates. All right, so you've done that. Now what you're going to do is you're just going to hit next. Now with this, you can see that there's some additional things that you can also add into this particular plan. So there's AI employee, which is amazing. I missed that in the earlier part of this video, because like right now, as I'm doing this video with you, somebody could be calling, say, my hair salon, or they could be calling my agency, but my AI employee can handle answering the phone and can handle any messages that run through the website, right? So, and then previously I mentioned to you and demonstrated that there's WordPress. The other thing you can offer to your client would be a mobile app, a private mobile app. And these here, they're also extra add-ons. So as you see, Sub-accounts subscribing to this plan won't be charged extra for the services selected below. Make sure that you add on the proper margins to the price of the SaaS product itself. So, with AI employee being worth gold, that's when you might want to go back to the pricing details. Let's go back here. And you need to consider, okay, well, maybe 197 is like way too low. Maybe it needs to be like 497. And again, you can just make up your own prices. Maybe you want it to be $9.99 and you want it to be $1,000 a month, and then, maybe you want to give them a discount for the year. So you see what I mean? You can make up your own prices. So we're gonna, let's see, still gonna go here. Let's go in the middle, 497, and then we'll make it 4970. Again, you make your own prices. Then we're gonna hit next. We picked out a few of the different solutions. Then we're gonna hit next. And then these are the add-ons. So you can either add those on, and if you add them on, you can see that you just need to click on them. And if they're not highlighted, then they are not in the package. Then you'll hit next. And the other thing that is so extremely valuable is the endless amount of other applications in the app marketplace that you can add on. For example, there are previously, and we have to double check this as we're making it, we could use full, but if we do hop over here, and I'm going to just open up another window right now, and things are always changing, so I'm going to bring you to the app marketplace. All right, so let's put in here right now, say print on demand. There it is. Okay, so full. It's still active. That's another reason why, even during the demo, I wanted to jump over here. So it's time to update that. And so what you can do is you can take a look at the different categories, and you can even stack more of these applications and bolt them on top of what HighLevel already has right out of the box. So, but for today's tutorial, I wanted to show you like how to just get things up and running, just to give you a teaser of seeing what's inside. So then you would decide if you want to explore more and add some, and then we're just going to hit next. And of course, to add them, you would hit the plus sign. So hit next. Then here, do you or do you not want to activate a trial period? That's going to be entirely up to you. Some businesses like to offer like 30 days guaranteed, And speaking of trials, be sure to hit the link down below of the description of this so that you can actually get a hands-on trial for yourself. It doesn't cost you anything, and you can take a look at HighLevel and walk through this yourself. You also, what you get to by using my affiliate link is you're going to also get a 5-day sales, it's a build and sell, and it's more or less like a orientation. It's a really good educational class. It goes on for 5 days so that you'll get set up. You'll get set up and build something, and then also get more in-depth strategies on how to get your first customer. All right, so then here, going back to this, you can also decide, do they only get them during sign up as far as like some extra credits? And you can decide that for yourself. And then we're going to go to the part that right here also helps you show you the money. Because you are a software as a service and you're creating your own subscription, just like when it comes to when you get your electricity bill or your phone bill, there's different fees. So since you are more or less leasing high level to be able to white label it, there's going to be some different charges when it comes to phone usage. And the difference with is you have the ability to do some markup. So this is what we're going to cover next. So right here where it says markup margin, these margins that are billed to your clients over the phone system, cost borne to you. So you can see that the prices here are transparent, and then you need to decide if you're going to mark them up some so that this way, I mean, we're talking like not even pennies, but that adds up if you have a larger agency of extra profit that you will make. But the other thing that it does ensure is that your expenses for usage for the phone systems and as far as like the AI usage doesn't cost you, I'll stop you, doesn't cost you more because say for example you have a company that is just they're making like thousands of phone calls a month. You definitely want to be sure that you are covered. So take some time to look at that. So for now, what we're going to do is we'll mark it up 2.5 times. And then we're going to hit finish. All right. And I hit finish too quickly. So hold on. And this right here is an important step too. When you edit the details, only do this while you're setting it up, because if you go and make any changes to the plan, you're going to be changing the plan for any other customers that happen to be on the plan itself. All right. Okay. So now, and just like it says, caution altering settings. Modifying these settings will change the costs incurred by your clients going forward. Please do not modify these if you aren't sure about the effects. These settings will apply to your new customers moving forward. All right. So then right here under phone system, we're now going to go to the email system. And same with the emails. This will also explain like how much it costs for the emails. And it says these margins are billed to your clients over the email cost borne to you. So again, you can decide how much you want to have it cost them to be able to use your system. So, and again, you decide what's going to work for you. For the sake of this demo, I'm just going to keep it at 2.5. But again, you do what works for you. And this is only a test demonstration. Okay, so then next, we're going to go to the LC email verification, because it's really a good thing to make sure that your emails are verified before you do any of your email marketing. And again, just for sake of the example, we'll mark it to 2.5. And then there are the workflow premium features. So what's really, so for example, you don't need, say, Zapier, whichever way you want to pronounce it. There's built-in webhooks. It is a premium feature, but one thing that's nice is that everything's built under one login dashboard. So again, we'll just mark it up to 2.5. And domain purchases, you can be able to have clients buy domains from you. So no longer do they have to go to GoDaddy, Namecheap, or any of the other vendors out there, because you are going to be the go-to all-in-one resource that they need. There's also autocomplete address. So this way you can mark that up. So what it'll do is it'll autocomplete the address. Pretty self-explanatory. Then there's funnel AI. Inside here, there's AI right here. There's AI in the funnel. And there's AI inside the email marketing. And I will demonstrate that next. Right? There's content AI. So no longer does somebody need to use ChatGPT. They can use it from you. and then you can see what it is charged to the customer. And then also what it's going to do is that you're going to need to have your client have their card on file if they are going to need to reload some of the usage. Very similar to like your cell phone. Right? Then next, there's conversation and voice AI. Now, I can tell you that last week, I had a client reach out to me for my salon and asked about a service that I don't offer. And the conversation AI was able to answer her question and also engage her into thinking about still moving forward with a consultation. All right. So then there's workflow, which is workflow with the external AI models. So you're going to see that there's ability to be able to connect to outside platforms. If you or your clients happen to use WhatsApp, you're in luck. Also has that available in here. And WhatsApp, you will want to make sure that you do mind your business setup for the charges so that way you are staying profitable. And then the reviews AI, that's where I'm going to hop over here to previously in the previous portion of my video. I had shown you that with reputation management and say the reviews to my husband's garage. Wow, look at that. There's 2 hours ago. Just as I'm making this recording. Got another review. All right. And a couple weeks ago, you can see as well. This is where it says, thank you very much for your feedback, Michelle. We're thrilled to hear that you are satisfied with our friendly team and excellent service. We always strive to provide the best service possible. We look forward to serving you again. Now, the beauty about that is that was actually taken care of by the reviews AI. So my husband and I, we've owned our businesses for over 20 years. So especially when reviews came, or let's say the last 10 or 15 years, reviews are always important. But when they became the court of public opinion, where people rely on the reviews on whether they're going to do business with you or not, I used to have to go in and manually answer those. And another thing too is that you're going to find when you're trying to search for, like, say you decide you want to do reputation management, you can find a business that has plenty of reviews, but maybe they're not even responding to them. And that's just responding to reviews is critical for the customer service experience. And so you can step in and go, hey, it would be, I noticed that you have good reviews, or I noticed that you don't have enough reviews, or I noticed that you have like a couple bad reviews. Has anybody ever talked to you about the importance to responding to them in general? Because that can really boost sales. And that's like a little tip for you. All right. So then once you've gone in here, going back to the markup, that's when you hit save changes. And okay, and let me see, where else are we at? Make sure, let's go up here because I was demoing and talking. That's good. All right. And the changes have been made. They've been saved. All right. So then we can go back here to the plan details, and you can double check your work just by going here before you have it go live. And when I was going through the one view about what HighLevel has to offer, here's a panned out view of everything that it was that I had mentioned, right? So that is the SaaS configurator in a nutshell. It's up to you to build your plans. You can decide to include a snapshot, and then you can just start building your AI agency. Next, we're going to move on to the prospecting tool, because let's say now what we've done is you've determined, say, what niche. You've been able to set up a system that's been cloned, and now you're ready to make some money, but you need to find some customers. So this is when the prospecting tool really is a lifesaver. So what it does is this. I'm going to show you one of the reports. So what you can do is you can then search for businesses online, and then the AI that's built into this is going to make a report. And so then what the report does is this. It's going to analyze the overall health of a business. It's going to let them know also, and you, where they could improve. And then what are they missing? And then if they happen to be missing some of the solutions that are in here, well, then this is an easy way to be able to share with them how it is that you can help them. And then this tool helps you to convert new leads into new customers. It also helps you to look extremely professional. So that is built in. You'll definitely want to be able to check that out. And then once you have your agency up and running, then you're going to have your sub accounts. This is where you can manage your customers. And let me go to, say, a demo account right there. This is where it says manage. So you can manage the client. You can switch them to SaaS if you want to start rebilling them for extras. And we're going to go here to the manage client view. And up here you have basic details, you have SaaS, you have the features as far as what you want them to have access to, rebilling, reselling, the marketplace, advanced features, and calendar settings. And there's been an upgrade with the calendar settings because now, say for example, a particular business, it's a coaching business, maybe they offer different types of coaching services, then you can just upgrade their calendar for them and you can turn that service on for them for the services feature. Like myself, I offer different types of consulting services and different kind of makeover services. Now we're going to go back to agency dashboard. All right. So then the account snapshots. I've talked about snapshots through the good portion of this video. So, and again, I'm just going to recap that the snapshots are your like pre-built systems that are already in a box, like in a box. And like I had made the comparison earlier, it's like they remind me of Happy Meals because everything's inside. So when you decide which one of these professions that you want to help, then what you do is this. I'm going to pretend now that you have taken advantage of hitting the trial link that is found in the bottom of this video. Again, please do drop your questions or comments in this video. I want to be able to set you up for success. So let's assume that you have started your trial and you have an account. You've already done the setup for the basics. And then what do you do to set up a sub account? Wow, look at that. You click a button and then you hit manually and then you follow the steps. And that is how easy it is to get set up for that. Reselling. The reselling are different core services that you can either turn on for your overall agency. You can pick and select what additional add-ons or say upgrades that you want to be able to offer for your packages and for who would be your customers, which those would be considered your sub accounts, right? So this is also another great way to be able to make more money, right? Just like here, show you the money. So then there's also, how about that? Add-ons. Now this is what's really fantastic about HighLevel. HighLevel, in my own personal experience, provides so many ways to become successful. They offer fantastic support. That's 24/7. There's also events to attend. Like in the upcoming weeks, I'm going to the live event. If you want to experience going to a marketing event that has no pitching, you've got to attend a high level event. They're so good. I live in Massachusetts that this spring I flew over to London because I wanted to go to the event over there. I also wanted to see, like, was it any different? Was it better? Or was it the same high caliber as what they provide at their events in Dallas? It was top notch. All right, so in here, this is where if you decide for your own agency, you want to have a white label mobile app, and it's also good for iOS and Android. And then do you want to have your own white label Zap? And another thing that I'm going to jump back here for just a second. All right, just a second. Snapshots. When I say that these are like already pre-built systems, they are. The other thing is almost like, you know how I mentioned and referenced like these are like Happy Meals? Well, how about this? They're almost like their own McDonald's. Okay, because we know that like if you wanted to buy a McDonald's, it's a franchise. They have systems and they already have their systems in place, and you just need to come up with the money and buy a franchise. Well, the beauty is about the fact that high level availability and accessibility starts with you literally clicking on the link to start your trial. Bad jokes are free. But in all seriousness, affordability for the monthly subscription that High Level offers all of this high tech, high quality support and technology, it's a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. So I had mentioned previously that I'm high level certified. And if you want to become high level certified, then it's only $97 a month, or you can also pay for the year. And then I already showed that. So you want to loop back. If you're just catching this part of the video, you can check the beginning of the video where I covered what it means to be high level certified. It comes with a lot of perks, and there's plenty of people that are looking for additional support even outside of what high level does, because there are people looking for people that have interest like you do right now, where you want to do something with software, you possibly like building and selling. You're in the right place. All right, then there's the high level setup services. If you needed to get up running with advanced account setup, high level has that available too. And then I'm going to actually leave the affiliate last. Okay, so you're going to want to hang out for that if that interests you, because I get really excited about and I want to stay on track. So we're going to circle back to that. Then next, check this out. When I say that high level has so many resources, they do. And they keep continually adding to their template library like it's Christmas, Hanukkah, or whatever holiday you might celebrate that gets you really, really excited. There is something in here for just about anyone and everyone. So here's the automotive space, and they've been pouring a lot of energy into that. And then that happens to be, like I said, close to my heart. And then there's beauty and fashion. When it comes to the templates, they're just really killing it. So whatever niche or whatever business or interest that you want to pursue, there's a very good chance that you're going to be able to find them in here. And what's really nice about the templates, say, like, I keep saying, like, I have a special place for automotive. That's because of my husband. But all of these are, many of these are good as a starting point, and all of them are easy to edit. So, and the website builder is just simply drag and drop. So you really don't need any tech skills. And then there's the beauty, keep adding to that. And of course, business, coaching, consulting, and then in the space for, say, the marketing agency, here's some for the marketing agency to get you up and running with your AI agency. And then when you go further down, there's about, checkout, consultation, events, and there's a whole bunch more. So take some time to take a look at what's in here. There's also the flexibility, as you see over here, where you can actually, with the settings, you can either hide the templates, and because maybe you don't want all the templates to be available inside of your sub account and and all clients accounts, so you can pick and choose the visibility. The other thing that you can do is look at this. You can create your own template. So you can select a sub account to create from. So say I wanted to pick one from one of the other accounts, I could, and then select the product type. Do I need it to be for a funnel, website, store, email, social planner, forms, surveys? The list goes on, right? Now we're just going to keep moving forward. And then next, what HighLevel has is they also have welcome to HighLevel Certified Directory. So you remember when I said here, we'll go to here. Right here, see the HighLevel directory? It is well worth getting certified in HighLevel, because do you need something done? Do you need to find an admin? So you can go here, and here I am, all right? And then, like, I'm going to bring you actually inside my dashboard. So once you become a HighLevel certified admin, you get a listing. You can update your profile, all right? So that way people can find you. You can add additional details. You can show your photo album of your work. So I don't know about you, but if you have only come this far in watching this overview, do you feel as though now you have an idea that you could possibly put together with the platform? Do you have an idea of, like, how much support that you're going to get with the tools with HighLevel? And we're not even done. Wait, there's more. Then there's the HighLevel University, and under the HighLevel University, you're going to find there's a whole community. There's more learning. All of these are what's called playbooks. So if, like, ongoing education, you can take a look at these playbooks. Like when I went to the SaaSpreneur, this one here, right here, the local hero, they even set you up with the system to be able to get up and running, because at the time I happened to be newer to HighLevel. So in that case, that is how I wound up being able to get this website with the system set up so quickly, because HighLevel wants truly to see you succeed. And then if you need more education about SaaS, there's more in here about why go SaaS, what is SaaS, how to connect your Stripe, and they have other payment processors now, how to configure your SaaS plan, and how to build your pricing page. And some of that I just skimmed over, but for more detail, you can check that out as well. And then if you wind up becoming so passionate, right, passionate about SaaS passionate. I'm going to make up my own word, right? Then there's a bunch of high level swag. But even in seeing that there's a store, also what's baked into this whole platform is if you wanted to set up a store for yourself. And then there's the ideas. This company, out of all the companies, and I showed you previously that I was stacking everything known to man to be able to automate my business since 2001. Never, I repeat, never have I ever worked with a company that's been so interactive about like feedback. So if you have an idea that you just wish that you see something, or maybe you did use another software, maybe you're coming from another software company and you're like, oh, I missed that. All you have to do is go, please, I would love to see this happen, and put it in there. I mean, because they really take the feedback seriously. Here's a roadmap. All right. So even with me showing you the overview, if you want to take a look at what's on the deck for the roadmap, like I covered the prospecting tools, right? So then you can go in here and see like under review, what's planned. And again, that's if you are that type of personality that's like you absolutely love information, just feed you more. And then these two links are my links because that just helps me get to my dashboard faster for the couple of websites that I have shown you. So if you have any comments, again, please drop them down below. I answer all the comments myself, and grab yourself a free trial. Now we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna bring you on the inside of one of my demo accounts. Oh, before I do that, before I go doing that, now I'm gonna bring you to affiliate portal. Now this is the affiliate portal that HighLevel has. And they are just crushing it. They're crushing it. So if you want to be able to promote HighLevel, you can. And that's this is my actual dashboard. And so then when it comes to, say, promoter reports, then here you're going to find there's different campaigns that are already made for the different pieces and parts. But when you start looking at HighLevel, I want you to imagine this. I'm going to bring you back to my dashboard. Let's see if we can't find, let's go down here. I like being creative. Hold on. And let's look for, I want you to think of this. Let's see if there's an emoji for that. Yes, right here. I want you to think of Legos, because that's what you need to think of once you dive into the platform. And the first thing that you're going to want to do when you start a trial, and be sure to grab the link down below, is you are going to get set up with HighLevel. They're going to take care of you. They're going to do a booking. They're going to do a success call. They'll get on Zoom with you to make sure that you are off and running in the right direction. And then I had mentioned previously, it's worth mentioning again, that you also get a 5-day class boot camp as well that you can get when you use my link. All right. So going back to the affiliate, what's really great is that you can make a 40% reoccurring commission ongoing with, let me pull up, see, hold on. I'll pull it up. Okay. Here you go. Okay. So as it says, HighLevel is simply the best. They've literally paid out so much money. So this is what happens. HighLevel pays 40% monthly reoccurring commission. And so can you imagine this? And I'm going to bring you back to my diagram. This is a business model that I like because how I use this in combination with, say, my agency. Okay, I'll log back in there. All right, and we'll go back here. Is that the money that I've made, again, and your results will be your results, okay, and then either be used as a standalone, it can be used as a standalone income. All right, and I've been at this a while, so these payments come in once a month. They can be used as standalone income, or what you could do is imagine reinvesting that into your agency's business, either maybe with paid ads or to offset the cost of the monthly subscription. Like my high level subscription is I have the The next thing that we're going to cover, now that we've covered templates, how to set up your SaaS configurator, I've given you ideas on how to be able to clone your system so that this way you can even be able to do software as a service, charge your own subscription price. The thing I want to show you is how much AI is actually baked inside your account to make your life easier. So once you're on the inside of your setup sub account for yourself, for your agency, you can go here to Ask AI. And this is where it just becomes a lot of fun, because even in the short 3 years or so that I've been with HighLevel, it keeps growing at such an exponential rate, like lightning, like quantum leap. I don't know if you ever watched that show. I might be dating myself right now, but it's like going through a time machine as far as how fast they build. So you can see, like right here, there's Ask AI. So what is Ask AI? How many of you right now have used like ChatGPT or Claude? Well, what's really cool is you don't have to do that because it's already baked in here. So say, for example, you want to be able to craft a social media post like this says, then you can already start using the AI in here. Wow, look at that. I didn't even tell it what to do. So here's a perfect example in the tie back how it was able to be this smart. Okay. So right now it says tired of the 9 to 5 grind. So I'm asking you, how about you right now that are watching this video? Maybe you're not even tired of the 9 to 5 grind yet because you haven't even started to learn to grind. And so today is going to be the day that you start your AI agency and your hustle. But this is a perfect example right here. It says stop drowning in tech overwhelm and finally turn your creativity into a reality and an automated income. So this is just one of the key features that now that this can do for you. So I'm going to close that because then we're going to reopen it again for a second, because I was trying, let me try to find a window. So let's see, create a new chat. Here we go. So do we need to summarize a contact, write an email to promote a new product, or generate a funnel? Yes, generate a funnel. There's so much AI right now baked into the HighLevel platform, and it's not slowing down at any point in time, that you've got to just jump on that just for the sake of how easy it can be with no tech skills to be able to set up a funnel right now. So if you have ever wanted to try to build a funnel with AI, it's right here. So say example, we'll do test demo. Okay, marketing consultant. And then you can go through the prompts. Do you want to generate more leads, more appointments, more services, sell products and services? Maybe that. And then you can even pick the tone. All right, so I'm sure you get the gist. And then you hit generate, and then it will create a funnel for you. Now, in the previous portion of this section, in the of about a few minutes ago, I had highlighted all of the website templates that are in there. And so imagine now having the combination of being able to either start from scratch. You can start from scratch. You can use the AI funnels to really knock out an idea extremely fast. And again, everything is customizable. And then there's already the pre-made templates. So there is somewhere right there that will really fast track and save yourself time. Okay, and then in the marketing tab, look at this. There's a social planner, emails, there's things called snippets that save you time. So you can make right here, add a snippet. And what the snippets do is so that you don't have to keep repeating the same message over and over and over. You can make a template, a small textual template for your conversations. Okay, there's countdown timers. We already went over to the affiliate manager, but say for the example, the social planner, when you want to make, say, a new post, well, boom, look at that. There's content AI. So as you are building and setting up your agency for yourself, you're going to be able to do it faster because then you have the AI that's already baked in here, right? So then you can go here, you'd fill in what do you want to share with your Facebook audience in this post? How using AI can make things go faster and help you to make money. What do you want to achieve with this post? I want people to fill in the blank, right? What do you want people to do? Well, what I want you to do right now, I want my audience to give HighLevel a try to help them make money, right? So then right here, there's a preview of brand voice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set up your AI bot to have a brain. And with this, we're going to hit generate and we will see what it winds up making. So while it is thinking, okay, so now the AI has made some messages and let's review it together. Want to speed up your cash flow? Here's a real game changer. Let's cut to the chase. Why waste hours on busy work when AI can handle it in a blink? Imagine having a digital co-pilot that schedules your posts, cranks out awesome content, manages ads, and even replies to your customers while you're out grabbing tacos and catching Netflix. So it gives you a couple of variations, and you can give a thumbs up or thumbs down for what version works for you. And then let's see, we'll pick this one. All right. And then we'll hit continue. And then it pops it right into a post. And then the next thing that you would need to do is select the account. So let's go to How to Marketing Pro. Okay. And then you could then pick the ability to add an image, and look, there's more AI. Are you starting to see where there's so much AI baked into this? So you can create an image. For the sake of the demo, I'm sure that you understand what would happen at that point. We're going to keep moving on. Now, the thing that makes this so powerful are the AI agents. And let me tell you something, like I mentioned before, and I'll go back to that again right here. Zoom in. I literally, as we speak, have an AI agent answering my phone. So the stuff really works really, really, really well. So then with the AI agent, we'll take that off there. Okay, here's the agent list. Here's my agent. Now go here. You have the option to having simple settings or advanced settings. And then you can set the agent's goals. What do you want the agent to do? And then you want them to try to book an appointment. Do you want them to follow up with you? And that is all done through workflows and automations. I'm going to cover that right after I finish going over the AI agent section here. So then when it comes to AI, when it comes to the AI agents, you have voice AI, conversational AI, and then here's the brain, the knowledge base. That's what I like to call it, is the knowledge base. So when you want to be able to create a knowledge base, this is the part that you're going to want to consider, that it's like the AI brain, right? So then we can put AI brain, right? And we'll put all about, say, high level. All right. Then I'm going to open a new tab and let's go to oops. We'll go to the help area of high level. And then we'll put AI employee overview. And check this out. You can go here and then you can overview, add source, web crawler, and then you have the choice of all URLs and domain, or the exact URL, and then you can extract the data. Now just simply imagine what you could do with that. So if you were trying to help any one of those niches, you could essentially use AI to be able to pre-program your AI conversational assistant to really make a really good demo or to make a really good product. So this is going to crawl that for a while. And so you can see that what I have done previously is that because this is a real account of mine, I actually had it crawl my stuff and my content. So this way, when there's a conversation with one of my AIs, if somebody calls in, they're able to answer it based on the content that I've provided the bot. And then you can also make frequently answered and asked questions. There's quite a bit that you can do with this portion of the product, which if you only focused on AI agents, go back here. If you only focused on just the AI, well, I can tell you at that point, that would be probably the smartest thing to do right now, to be able to then have this right here, which is the show right here, show you the money. Okay, show you the money. So that's what I have to show you for today. If you have more questions about what's in here, drop them in the comments. Please drop them in the comments. And by all means, be sure to, I'll bring you over here. I'll go to my YouTube channel here. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them at the bottom of this post, and then you can also check out my post. I'm going to actually put a link to this video here. Feel free to ask questions. You can drop them in the comments. I will definitely respond to you, and we can get you set up. So in closing this demo up, because I know it was a long one. If you hung out with me this long, wow, you are fantastic. All right. So from top to bottom, soup to nuts, you're going to find that when we go back to, pardon me, when we go back here and we scale back, you are literally going to have absolutely everything that you need to run a business to keep you moving forward, and you can set yourself up as a high level like affiliate if you want to just do just that. You can choose to decide what type of consultant agency you want to be. All of the snapshots and the pre-built systems are in there. They're in there. So, and also before I hop off, I know I promised to show you what I meant by that. So let me circle back around just real quickly and let's go to demo right here inside one of the accounts. So right here. So what I mean when I say that all the systems are in there, let's jump over to the marketing. Let's jump over to the emails, right? And then let's go to the campaigns. Yes, I'm very satisfied. I'm doing a video right now. Okay, so let's go over to one of the campaigns and we can create a campaign. You can see that right in here, they already have the campaigns already in here. You literally, look at this. You literally don't have to have any tech skills. The stuff is already built. Okay, so I told you that I was going to circle back around to the affiliate section of the high level affiliate program. Now, I like using this because when I bring you back to my diagram that I showed you earlier, right, where right here, do you need to choose between being an AI agency, a consultant and coach, or the affiliate program? I happen to use all of them. So here you go, right here. So those are some actual payments. So what's really advantageous to you is that with the high level affiliate program, you can make reoccurring commission at 40% ongoing when you recommend high level and somebody else winds up buying it. And the cool thing about it is this. I'll show you here. This is like ongoing income, and then my results are my results. No results are guaranteed because you got to put in the effort. But a little bit of this money comes in every single month. Sometimes it might be more. So imagine being an agency owner yourself, okay? So you own a high level agency. You've clicked on you went and tried the trial because you're going to do that, right? So that's in the link again. And then, so you have an agency, right? Maybe you've decided to do coaching, but when it comes to having an agency, if you wind up, say, doing, and I'll move this over, right? You have the cost of having your account, right? And then what happens if you wind up recommending it? Well, wouldn't it be nice if, say, one of the months that like your income from your affiliate from recommending it wound up paying for your agency fee? So I can tell you it is plausible to be able to do all three because I have done all three. So, and then another thing that you could use your affiliate money for would be for paid ads. So that is one example of how you can use the affiliate program. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like, subscribe, and drop your questions or comments below. I love hearing from you. Don't forget to check the description for your free trial link and many more resources. I'm Ann Marie Walts, and I look forward to helping you think your way to $1 million. See you in the next video.